Hey everyone, welcome back to Over a Pipe. My name is Martin. Today we're going to talk about the secret to packing a flake. Right now I'm smoking some Esoterica Penzance. I just recently did a review. It is delicious. But it's one of the types of tobaccos that I'm not the most fond of smoking, and that would be flake tobacco. In this case, it's a mottled flake, however, a flake nonetheless. With a flake, you have multiple ways of actually putting it into your pipe. You have the fold and stuff method, you have the slightly rubbed out aerated method, you have the fully rubbed out method. There are many ways and several techniques. I'm here to tell you the secret though. The secret is not so much the way you pack your pipe, but the draw. Now, I'd like for everybody to have an exercise, or do this exercise with me. Take your two fingers over the bowl of your pipe and close them completely. Right, you felt that, right? Try it again. I'll let you try one more time. Completely close your fingers together. Do you feel the pull of your fingers down into the pipe and the difficulty of the draw? At that point, that's an example of packing your pipe too tight. And this can work for every blend, but really specifically for me, this is how I deal with all of the flakes. Now, I want you to draw, and as you draw, slowly separate your fingers. Okay, we've got a slight draw now. It's just a fraction of a millimeter wide. With this draw, now you're able to get to what it should feel like when you pack your bowl. An example of this would be doing the stuff method straight down and feeling it very airy. Well, unfortunately, if there is a full amount of air, as you can hear, there's too much room between the tobaccos to keep them combusting. Now, if it's too tight, you can't get any air. And at that point, it loses the oxygen to burn. So there's a fine line. This is a great way of getting you there. So instead of focusing just on the packing method, try to focus on the draw. So in this instance, my tobacco has gone out. If I light it, I'll be able to smoke it a little while longer. But specifically with flakes, they do not expand out like you would see in a normal ribbon cut, which you would completely immediately tamp right back down. A flake is not really going to flex out because it does not have all these strands in most cases like this. In certain cases, it has very long strands and it could expand. But for the most part, a flake is going to not expand as much because there are still very tight parts to it. Now somebody can have a golden slice or a Virginia, and yes, if you've rubbed it out the right way, it of course will expand. So I will concede to that. But this is a very tight pressed tobacco that if not rubbed out very well and using different methods is not going to expand. So let's say it does expand. Then you're going to still tamp in the same manner that I discussed. Again, place your two fingers over the bowl, too tight together. Slowly separate until you have a slight pull with a decent amount of flow going through between your fingers. This is where you would like to pack the bowl. Now, as I start to feel the resistance packing this bowl, I know to stop. Because I don't want a full-on resistance where I'm clogging up the draft hole. I really want to make sure that I'm leaving it open and not compressing this too much. Now I'm getting a very good light to the tobacco. Full flavored, full smoke. And with the flake, as you feel the draw ease, begin to tamp slightly. And no, you do not need to be in a hurry, but you will notice that as the draw becomes lighter, the smoke becomes less full. And that's simply because you're having so much oxygen in there, your embers are going out. The simple solution to this, be gentle. Slowly tamp down on the tobacco until it goes from the very light draw to a little bit more of a resistance in the draw. Now we're back without having to do a relight. Can we sustain this? Of course we can. Do we get in the middle of conversation? Of course we do. But if you continue in this manner of paying attention to the draw, listening, because if you get any kind of whistle or any kind of high pitch, that probably means that you're also getting too much air. Then you immediately know that I need to do a slight tamp. Easy. You really are wanting to draw on your pipe while you're tamping and getting to the point where, like I said before, your fingers are slightly apart. So you're getting some resistance of airflow, but you are still getting enough airflow. The idea is about the draw about the equivalent of sucking a soda. In between, I would say a between water and milkshake. You don't want big multi milkshake. You've pressed down too hard and you've restricted the airflow too much. You don't want just water because it's coming way too easily. Somewhere in between is about where you want it. As you notice, the smoke began to lighten up. However, once I began to tamp it, it thickened back up. And that, my friends, is the secret to not only packing your pipe, but tamping it too. Thanks everybody for coming by. I hope you learned something. I hope you had a good time. I'm really not trying to steal Chris's tagline. I watch him a lot, so I feel like it just rolls off the tongue very easily. But I would appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment below on what your methods are for packing and tamping. I'd also like to know if you've had any success with getting some of these rare esoterica blends or any other rare blends. Let me know if I've helped you in some way. In this channel, we try to help out everybody in the YTPC by looking out for those people in that are desiring some of these rarer blends, like a Margate or a Pembroke or a Penzance. This is an opportunity for everybody to collectively get together and this be a sounding board for those that would like to try these without paying astronomical prices. Earl of Pipe has given me a shout out. Mel's given me shout outs. There's so many people that have given shout outs, and there's a lot of people with different methods of getting these tobaccos. I'm here to do every one of those methods and more for you. So like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I will go live when I see an esoterica drop or rare tobacco drop. Let me know if there's any other rare tobaccos you'd like me to look for. Until then, this is Martin from Over a Pipe. Go grab some Penzance and stick it in your pipe and smoke it.